Hello and welcome to Ginger Prints. Now today I want to show you the Canon that I've been thinking of making. I've been wanting to make one of these for quite a long time now. You can find these videos on all over the internet, all over YouTube, that people make these little miniature cannons and they actually make them in a way that they can fire them. And I wanted to see if I could 3D print one and actually make it a functioning cannon that can fire small little BB pellets. So the way I've designed this is I've not gone crazy with the design. I wanted something that was simple to begin with that I could use, and then maybe from there, if that design worked, then I could start adding different things into the design, making it a little bit more complex and a little bit more cool looking. But for this I just wanted to make a basic model, something that would work well, and it's easy to modify in the long run. So you can see I've started off making the basic barrel shape, and here you can see I'm literally just making the rounded end at the back just to give it that cannon look. With this design I wanted to make it just big enough that I didn't need to use a lot of ignition fuel, if you like, in the actual barrel. So I've not made it stupidly big. You'll see here the dimensions I've made are basically slightly bigger than a BB pellet. And the reason I've gone for the BB pellet size is just because it's easy to make a small little pellet. Because I don't actually have any BB pellets here, so all I've used is a small piece of tin foil that I've rolled up, and that's what I'm using as my ammunition. For the fuse to this, I wasn't too sure how I was going to go about it. I was going to buy some fuses that you can actually light and then watch that fuse burn down as it hits the fuel at the bottom and then cause the explosion, but I couldn't get hold of any of these that were available. So in the end, the fuel that I was using, I was going to use that as the ignition source as well. So here you can see I'm just lining up that barrel where the ignition source would be, because I wanted to light this as a traditional cannon would. So if you look here, you can see down the hole, that hole goes all the way down into the barrel, and you can see there's like a little step there that goes halfway into the barrel as well. If you see from the front view, it literally goes just in enough so that it can ignite that fuel. So now that I've got that all designed, all I'm going to work on is a very simple base. Now I want something that's going to be pretty sturdy. I didn't want it to sort of fire and for this cannon part to actually fall off of the stand. So I've made the stand deep enough that this cannon part actually clicks in, which you'll see once it's 3D printed. And you can see there how deep it goes. Now to do this, I just made the block, took the items, subtracted them, and then I've put that back into place so you can see how it fits perfectly. I wanted to give this a little bit more shape as well than just being a block. So as you can see, the overall look of it is that sort of general cannon look that anyone, you'll look at it and think, oh, that's a cannon. So nice and basic. I wasn't going to put on wheels or anything like that because I want it to be quite sturdy, and here I'm just getting it ready to be exported into the slicer. So I use Astro Print for my slicer. It's the only one that I can find that I can use online without downloading on my iPad, because all of my designing is done on an iPad Pro using Shaper 3D. So I needed something that was easy for me to use, that I didn't need to download onto a computer or anything like that. These are my general settings when using PLA. I normally print about 230, 235 for the PLA. I keep that all the way through the print, and the build plate I normally keep about 65 degrees as well. And for the support on this, I used a brim support just because that top cannon part, the actual barrel, could be a bit wobbly, so I just wanted something that was going to secure that to the base. And as you can see here, you can see the brim that goes around the actual cannon barrel and the base. That's just to stick it to the base so that it doesn't move during printing. I don't want it to get knocked over and to fail part way through. So this, as you can see just down below, it says it's going to take almost 9 hours of printing. I wanted to keep this quite a thick fill, so I believe I left it at 20% fill, just because I wanted it to have quite a lot of structure. Imagine there's going to be a small explosion inside this barrel. I want it to be quite strong. You can see as it comes up, you can see the chamber that goes all the way into it, which is where I'm going to be igniting it. So I didn't record the whole printing, but you can get the rough idea of how it works here. If anyone's got any tips on how to record time-lapsing on 3D printers, I've seen some people where it literally it takes a picture of every single layer and it looks like it's just slowly growing out of the plate, and none of this blurriness that I've got here. So if anyone knows how to do that, then please let me know down in the comments. I'd really appreciate it, just so I can put some better footage up basically of the printing. But this is how it finished. and you can see the finish on this. I've not put it on the best quality. I've literally just printed it for time, because obviously it's going to take it took quite a while to print. But that's the brim that comes off. You can see it's a little bit loose, the brim. I didn't adjust the bed properly, so it just didn't get that squashability, but the rest of it's printed out completely fine. It stayed on there as well, which is ideal. But you can see even on the barrel here that the print quality is absolutely spot on. I can't fault this printer anyway. Now if you look here, it's gonna click, there you go, it just clicks into place, and that just ensures that the barrel is nice and sturdy, and when it does fire, it's not going to absolutely fly off and disappear. And basically I just want that base to give it a bit of weight. So this is how it turned out. As I said, I've not put this on the best quality, but I think it looks absolutely brilliant the way it is. Really happy with the way it's come out. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to show you a few test shots, so I hope you enjoy. Now for this slow-mo, I just wanted to do a little bit of commentary. It's just so you can sort of see what I'm seeing while I was there actually doing it. So I originally ignite it, and there's always a little bit of a time delay, so you can see it's flaming on the top there, and all that's doing, it's just burning that stuff that's in that little chamber all the way down into the actual barrel itself. Now once this fires, it's amazing. I think I put a little bit too much fuel in this, because it does actually kick the Canon back quite a way. You see how much it slides back. It's got quite a lot of power behind it. But the interesting thing about this is, from where I didn't do a complete fill on this, when the actual fuel on the inside of the barrel ignites, the entire barrel actually glows bright orange. You're about to see here, look at this. The amount of energy that's giving off is absolutely incredible. You can see like how it's coming out the end of the barrel, the whole thing lights up. You see the big fireball that comes out, and that big fireball you see as it hits the cardboard there, it's just all the unburnt fuel that's not burnt inside basically, but it looks absolutely incredible. So yeah, this is how the Canon looked afterwards. There's a little bit of charring on the top. So I did manage to use this twice, which is quite impressive. I'm really happy that I managed to use it twice. I thought after one it would just melt the inside, but yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So that's the build finished. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If there's something you want to see me design, drop it down in the comments below. Literally anything you can think of, as long as I can fit it on my printer, I'll print it and post it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next design.